Now available. Paperback and Kindle Unlimited. ISIS, the main event. It's carnage inside of a steel cage when the goddess next door steps in the squared circle with the beast from the boss in this action-packed all-new ISIS series adventure. Get ISIS, the main event, paperback and Kindle Unlimited today. A couple of days ago, your Chance the Rapper made one of the most ridiculous statements I have ever heard on social media. And your Chance the Rapper took to social media to tell the world that black men are the oppressors of the black community. And when I take a critical examination of this statement, it shows me that your Chance the Rapper clearly has not done his research like I did when I wrote my book, Why 70% of Black Women Are Single, because if he did his research, he would see that black men could not oppress anyone in the black community because your black man has been stripped of any sort of economic and political power. And your black man was stripped of your economic and political power back in the 1960s when your black woman decided to side with the white feminist movement and decided to participate in the leftist welfare state, which created policies that told the black man that he could no longer be the head of household if this black woman wanted to receive free welfare benefits from the government. So how can a black man oppress a community when he does not control the economy in that community, he does not control the businesses in that community, and he is not in charge of any sort of political process in that community? Those are the three critical questions I want to ask your Chance the Rapper, because again, your Chance the Rapper really does not understand what leads to a community being oppressed. Because when you look at this black community, it has not been a patriarchy for over 50 years, and black men have not been in charge of that black community in over 50 years. No, the person who was put in charge by those leftists was this black woman, and this black woman is the one who has been oppressing the black community because she is the one who has been given economic power by those leftists who gave her money with the welfare state and gave her economic power, and she is the one who has de facto political power because she is the one who controls the social environment. And she is the one who, as the one being seated in that power, is the one really oppressing people because she is the one who has been in control of the culture of the black community over the last 50 years, and she is the one who has set the tone and taught the oppressive culture in the black community where people are under this fascist state, where she is the matriarch that has been put in de facto charge, and her beta male enforcers enforce her will and impose her will on everyone. Because in the gynocentric environment of the ghetto, the black woman is the one who sets the rules for that community. She sets the tone for that community, and she is the one who is oppressing people because she wants to continue receiving her government benefits, and she wants to continue having that order where she can have power over everyone. She does not want to be under the leadership of black men or black male authority, because to be under black male leadership and black male authority means she has to submit to black men. And your black woman who is in these inner city ghettos, she does not want to submit to black male authority, and she again has these beta male enforcers who are the ones who go out here and exploit and use women, because these urban terrorists, they live to serve the woman, and they live to try to get inside of that atomic waste reactor, and that is why you have such violence and terrorism in black communities. Now, your Chance retweeted something saying black men may be victimized by racism. but sexism allows them to act as exploiters and oppressors of women. Again, your chance is out of touch as related to power in America. Black men do not use sexism to exploit and oppress women. In fact, the black man is at the lowest level of the totem pole, and oftentimes he is the one who is getting exploited and oppressed by women in our society because, again, your black man is not the one who can be a head of household in our society because we have things like these human resource departments that are run by women that deny black men jobs. And we have many of these black men who are homosexuals because these women are exploiting them. They know that these men are poor. They know that these men are desperate. And they know that this man has to agree with them in order to get his daily bread. And he has to submit to her if he hopes to get any sort of daily bread. So your black man is not a so-called sexist who can exploit and oppress women. He is, again, somebody who women use as a tool, and that is what goes on in black communities. Women use your black man as a tool for their sexual pleasure. They use him as a tool to get for his seed so that they can have illegitimate children, so that they can get resources from the state and the child support system. And they use your black man, and your black man is presented by Chance the Rapper to be some sort of brute. But your black man, again, in your black community, he is one of the weakest people in the black community. He does not have any sort of power in any way, shape, or form. He is not leading anything in his community, and he is not in control over anything in his community. So your Chance the Rapper clearly shows how ignorant he truly is when he sits there and says black men are the oppressors of the black community. He's just as ignorant sounding as that article which stated that black men are the new white men, or whatever it was, and he comes from the same place of ignorance that guy came from. Again, how can a black man oppress anyone when he is considered to be at the absolute bottom of society and is below the black woman? So your Chance the Rapper is not critically thinking. In fact, what he's doing is, as I see it, looking to simp and brown nose to these black women out here. And he's not understanding that when you do things like that, you come from a position of weakness. And when you come from a position of weakness, you come off as somebody that black people don't respect, because instead of you presenting facts to people about the oppression going on in the black community, because the black matriarchy has been oppressing black people for over 50 years. They have been the ones who tell us that the only black people we need to see are people from the streets and the hood. They won't allow us to see other aspects of the black community. They won't let us to see other narratives because they want to fit into the smooth world of white supremacy. And they want to fit into that world because that is the world that butters their bread, and these are the same white men that they deify and worship. So your Chance the Rapper, again, he's completely clueless about black men. He calls the black man an oppressor when, in actuality, the black man has been subjugated by the black woman for over 50 years. Most of these single mother households that were created in the welfare state, they became these gynocentric and matriarchal environments which bred these beta males. And these beta males, they are so weak that whenever a woman tells them something, they go out here and do it. I mean, your matriarchal environments, they produce these submissive males, and these submissive males, they submit to female authority. So how can a person who was raised in a gynocentric environment like the black matriarchy a place filled with single mother households and a culture where he's taught to submit to female authority, be an oppressor. Another critical question I want to ask your Chance the Rapper, who, as I see it, was doing some good for the black community by trying to donate to Chicago schools, but clearly he has been fed so much gynocentric nonsense that he doesn't really understand the big picture as related to what's going wrong with black men. Black men are in no position to oppress anyone. In fact, black men have been oppressed for over 50 years, and black men need some lessons in empowerment, and they need some lessons in black manhood and black masculinity, because we've had a man crisis going on in the black community for over 50 years, and it produces males like Chance the Rapper who don't understand the big picture to what's going on in the black community, and don't understand that when you call out black men and call them an oppressor, you are basically a pawn of white supremacy, and you are basically parroting what white supremacy wants to hear, like saying straight white black men are the new white men. Those are the types of idiotic and imbecilic arguments that really need pushed back against, and your Chance the Rapper needs to be pushed back against, because how can somebody be an oppressor when they submit to a female authority? How can somebody oppress a community when they control no economics, no politics, and do not control the social narrative? Your Chance the Rapper shows me how uneducated he is on black issues and how out of touch he is on black issues. He makes this political position on Twitter, not understanding that he needs to do more research, and I suggest he go out and pick up my ebook, Why 70% of Black Women Are Single, because in that book he will learn why your black woman is single, and that's because she is the true oppressor of the black community, and she has placed the black man in a second-class status, and that second-class status is why he cannot grow, because he has, again, no power in any relationship. He has been placed in the role of a child, and the whole thing is, when childish guys like Chance the Rapper come out here and talk about how black men are exploiting black women, it shows how he doesn't really understand any of the arguments he is presenting, and he's been bought by these feminists and bought into this feminism and doesn't really understand how feminism is just another form of white supremacy. If you want to learn why black men aren't oppressors, you can pick up my ebook, Why 70% of Black Women Are Single. In that book, I go in depth on why so many black women are single and why black communities cannot grow to be strong. And if you want to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, and my Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.